Hello friends, in this session we will be discussing about the string and the basic fundamentals of string handling in Java language. String is a predefined class in Java. That means there is already a class which is designed by somebody in the sense Sun has designed a class called as string itself. Okay. So, there is already a class, it is a predefined class. Now, let us start understanding how this string class behaves when we start using it. Probably you might be aware or something like this. If I have a class called as demo and I have string, there is a main method. Let me undo this. There is a main method here, public static void main string as. I have string A is equal to hello, string A1 is equal to hello, string A2 is equal to new string of hello. Okay. So, these are the three statements. So, what has happened here is there is one string object which has been created by me, or I am pretty sorry, there is three string objects which has been created by me. Okay. Then if at all I send out a statement, print out a statement something like this, A equal to A1, what happens? When I say a statement A equal to A2, what happens? We need to understand. As we discussed, string is a predefined object, right? Here in this predefined object, we are not supposed to create, this is the only predefined class which Sun or Java language has given us the exemption. Without using the new keyword also, I will be able to create an object of this. See, this string A is equal to hello. Without using the new keyword, I am able to create an object. So, this line of statement in JVM will allocate a memory inside the string, inside the heap. Okay. So, without using the new keyword. For any other class in Java language, we are supposed to use the new keyword and then create an object, but only for this particular class we are not supposed to use the new keyword. We can use it, I will come back to that statement, but the content of this is hello right now. An object has been created referred by a variable. Let me take the address as 150. Okay. Now, in the second statement also I have created A1. So, what has happened here? One more object would have been created? No, one more object will not be created, because all the string objects will be residing inside one place inside the heap is been allocated for string objects itself, that is called as string constant pool. How the string constant pool behaves is, whenever there is a hello object which has a content called as hello, it is going to refer that, okay, is there any hello? If yes, if it is there, then it will start pointing to the same address A1. So, now this statement will be giving you an value called as true. Okay. So, this is how string constant pool behaves. Okay. Then when you print out A is equal to A2, what happens is, now this is going to print you false. The reason is, I am explicitly saying in the string constant pool, JVM, please go ahead and create an hello string object which has content called as hello inside the heap memory referred by A2. So, here this address is 250. So, 150 and 250 is definitely not equal to. So, it is going to print you, it is going to basically print you false. Clear with this, right? Okay. Now, if you want to compare the content of the string objects, we need to use say method called as a dot equals of a1. So now equals is what? A dot, a is an object of string, dot equals is a APA which is available in the string class. I am passing a1, one more string, and when I try to print out this, it is going to give you a value called as return value called as true. The reason is equals method is going to return you a boolean value comparing these two strings. If at all we want to compare the two different string objects, then we have to use equals method. Double equals will always refer to the references. The address will be compared, not the content of the string will be compared. Okay. Let us see the execution of this. Let me open up the Eclipse. So now there is A1 and A2, the same example whatever we discussed, we have written it here. Hello, hello and hello is there. For now I will remove this. Okay. Now if I execute the program, A is equal to A1 will return me true, A is equal to A2 will return me false. I hope this is clear to you guys. Now to compare A dot equals of A1, A dot equals of A2 is going to give you the value called as true and true. This again ignore case. So now it basically ignores the cases and then prints out the value. But here if you observe A is equal to A1, it's two different things, right? Now it is definitely going to create one more memory location. If there is a small modification also, if there is a space modification also, one more memory, one more address will be created. See, now it is going to print you false because there is a space allocated. But if there is no space, then it will point to the same memory location until unless you specify the new keyword. If you have already specified, then it is definitely going to create an object inside the heap, not inside the constant pool, string constant pool. Okay. Then if you observe here, if I create a class like this, class A, and then print the object A is equal to new A, and then print A, what would be the output of this? It is going to print me some hexadecimal number, right? But how is this string printing the content? Why is it not, as we discussed, it is nothing but a predefined object I told. Okay, there is a class called a string and all I told, but why is it not printing the address? It should print me an address, right? Till now whatever the object we have seen is always going to print the address, but why is this string class printing the content of it, not the address? The reason is it is being overridden by one method called as toString method. Okay. Now see, I will say control X and then I am going to use something called as open lambda. Okay. Now see what happened, open lambda has been printed. Okay, the idea here is when I override the toString method, remember we had discussed about the concept of overriding. In that session we had discussed something like this: whenever I am not satisfied with the functionality of the superclass, I override that method and give the new functionality. That means from where is this method coming? Every class in Java will be a subclass of object. Okay, that class will be the superclass of all the other classes. There is a class called as object. Although this class A is not extending any class, when the compilation happens in the .class file, this class will be extending the class called as object. Okay, so object is the mother of all classes. Okay, that's why that means in the object class there are basically 9 methods. Now I am overriding one method called as toString. The reason is, if you have not overridden, this would have called the superclass toString method, and in the superclass toString method, the logic they have written is to print the address something like this. Now I don't want to see the address, I want to represent the object with my own string. So that is when I override with a new functionality and then print out the address something like this. Okay. So, now string class also has overridden the toString method. So, whenever you try to create an object of it always prints you the content of it, because it is been overridden by the toString method. I hope this is clear to you guys. Okay. We also discuss now today we have started discussing about the class called as object, right? We will also discuss about some other, we will recap some of the functionalities of garbage collection. Now, in the session called as garbage collection, we discussed something like this. Whenever the garbage collection has been activated, it is going to check for the dereference object and then throw the dereference object, check for the dereference object, execute the finalize method inside the dereference object if at all we have provided, then throw the dereference object from the JVM. That is what we understood. But what has happened here is where is this finalize method coming from? Finalize method is also available in the object class. See, if you do not specify, override the finalize method in your subclass by giving your own functionality to release some resources, the superclass object method will be called. That is the superclass finalize method will be called. If you override it with your own functionality, then those resources will be released. Basically, there is no implementation in the objects class for finalize method. Whatever you want, you can give override and give the implementation. But here the main thing is you are overriding it. That is why are you overriding? I am not satisfied with the functionality of the superclass. That is why I am overriding and giving a new functionality. Clear with this, right? Okay. There is, we will discuss almost all the methods in the object class slowly as and when required. And now what we need to discuss is, now string, whenever I try to modify, a small modification will also create a new object, right? The small modifications also will try to create an object. Okay. How I can justify my statement is, see, now I try to do some modification. Okay. Now, if you want to see the address of this, how I can see, first we will discuss about that part. I am sorry guys, I am jumping back and forth. So, this might be confusing, but try to follow it. A dot hash code. Now, where is this hash code method? You might say it is in the string class, but I will come back to that point again. See, something has been printed. Okay. Now, we also created an object like this, right? A is equal to new A. So, then system.out.println of A was printing what? It was printing open lambda. But if I want to see the address, hash code, something has been printed. Okay. Now, where is this hash code method? Do I have the hash code here? No, I do not have the hash code method at all here. So, where is this coming? Again, it is coming from the object class. As I told you, this class has basically 9 methods. Even if this is not been overridden, right? What happens? This class has the subclass of object, and whatever the object class has, those methods will be available into this class. A dot hash code will actually print to the address of it. Okay. Now, so that is why A dot hash code, here it is printing you some address. Okay. Now see you. I hope these things are clear for now. What I will do is, I will try to modify something. Okay. A plus of welcome, and then assign it to A system.out.println of A dot hash code, print again SYSO of A dot hash code. I am going to print. Okay. Now, what has happened? See, these two are having two different hash codes. The reason is, although what has happened is SYSO of A, if I print, and again if I print A, it is going to print me different values. Don't concentrate on the values, hello and hello welcome. Here you see hello has different address. Basically what has happened, if you see here, there is an object created by in the JVM hello. When I try to manipulate it, one more object gets created. This will be garbage collected, something like this would be created, which is referred by A. Right now A is not pointing to hello at all, so this would be dereferenced. Now small modification also has been creating one more object, A dot hash code has been created, right. Okay, now so is this a problem or advantage? In some cases it's an advantage itself. The people thought and did it purposefully. I'll explain you in the further sessions when we discuss J2E sessions. Basically when the concept of bean comes, we need this concept. Okay, then now see what to overcome this. When people thought this was difficult and this is creating, we need to create multiple objects and all, Java came up with one class called as string buffer. Sorry, string buffer. SB is equal to new string buffer of hello. SB dot append of welcome. When I do this, what has happened is SOP of SB hello welcome will be printed, but it will be appending to the same memory location. No one more memory location will be created. Okay, so if at all somebody can ask you the difference between string and string buffer, the difference is string is basically immutable. That means whenever you try to manipulate the object, immediately a new memory location will be created. But string buffer is mutable. That means I can change the content of it. I can append it, and all the other APIs are basically same as in the string object. There are a lot of APIs. Using the Java documentation, people can explore much of string handling. I hope this video was helpful for the basics of string handling, and thank you guys. Thanks for watching this. If you do like this video, please give a thumbs up.